Hey everyone, welcome back to my channel. It's Julie from Living Large on Lifetime, and it's time for another edition of WWWWJD. What would Weight Watcher Julie do? That makes me laugh every time. Okay, just a reminder guys, although I am a Weight Watchers receptionist, this channel is my personal channel, and everything I say and do here is not endorsed by and not affiliated with Weight Watchers. It is strictly my opinion. I have been doing Weight Watchers for 2.5 years. I lost 40 pounds and I have been a lifetime member for over a year. So if you guys have any questions for me, send them in. Post them down below and I'll be happy to answer as soon as possible in one of our upcoming WWWWJD episodes. So let's get to today's questions. I'm going to try to answer 4 questions for you guys. One of them is going to be a little brief. So first of all, Lisa&Norm, 26 years. I'm guessing that is Lisa, and Lisa is married to Norm, and they've been married for 26 years. Hi Lisa, and congratulations on such a long and happy marriage. Lisa comments frequently on my channel, so I know you're a faithful viewer. Thank you so much for that. So Lisa&Norm, 26 years, says, I have someone in my life who is a diet hopper. She talks down on every other program. What do I say? I'm gonna steal a little bit from Fat Dag here, because I know there are a lot of people out there who are just looking for a quick fix and jumping from diet to diet to diet. Just remember, you guys, that Weight Watchers, for me anyway, is not a diet. It's absolutely a lifestyle for me, and I plan to continue using the Weight Watchers principles and living the Weight Watchers lifestyle indefinitely. Number one, I think that you can probably lose weight on a lot of diets. People who are looking for the quick fix are going to the diet that's going to give them the fastest weight loss without really thinking about what's going to happen in the future. I personally was on the low carb diet for years and years, for like 12 years. It worked for me, but in the end I decided it was not a sustainable diet because I could not have carbs and bread and sweets, and I love carbs and bread, so I wanted to be able to have that in my diet on a regular basis. So low carb was not sustainable for me at that point, and one reason I love Weight Watchers is because everything's okay. You can have everything, just not all at once. You can eat whatever you want as long as you work it into your plan. That is not the case for most diets out there. Because of that reason, I feel like Weight Watchers is absolutely sustainable for the long term, and that's why I choose to make it a lifestyle, because I can actually live my life, live my real life, and still do Weight Watchers and still maintain my weight and my health. And you guys have seen that because you see how much I play around with food and splurges, and I'm still able to maintain, and right now I'm actually losing a little bit of weight. So Weight Watchers is absolutely sustainable for the long term in real life. So what I would say to someone like that, and here's where I'm gonna borrow Fat Dag's advice, is just show them by example. You stay your course, do what you know you need to do for your body, and then your results will speak for themselves. Just stay strong in what you're doing. If she's telling you about different diets, you know, just nod your head and agree, and that's great. I'm glad you found something that works for you this week. And then just lead by example. Just keep doing what you know is right for your body, and one day she's going to be yo-yo dieting back and forth, back and forth. She'll be at the same weight, and one day she'll wake up and see that you're 25 pounds down, 30 pounds down, and she'll realize, oh wow, this is a real sustainable lifestyle. How did she do it? Maybe I need to check into Weight Watchers. So if she's bad-mouthing Weight Watchers, or you know, saying negative things about Weight Watchers, all you can do really is share with her your experiences and just say, you know, well, I found so-and-so works really well for me on Weight Watchers, or I found that I can do this easily on Weight Watchers, or I found that it's very easy to go to a party and still be on Weight Watchers, or I found that tracking my points helps me stay accountable on Weight Watchers. You know, just share with her your positive experiences, and then be the prize. Lead by example, and once she sees your great success over the long term, then I feel like she would want to jump on the same bandwagon. So that's what I would handle, how I would handle someone like that. I wouldn't necessarily preach Weight Watchers, but just, you know, if this is the program for you and you found a way to make it work and live your life, just share those experiences with her. Share those experiences, and then your weight loss and your health will say the rest. So, okay, next question is from my dear friend Enza Giardetti. Enza, I don't think I've ever said your last name. So Enza wants to know, what are your thoughts about the new program where rumor has it that proteins and some beans will be free and that we'll lose some points? So obviously Enza asked this question a few weeks ago, and I haven't had a chance to get to it. I kind of didn't want to get to it because I was actually bound by confidentiality to not say anything about the new program. Now the cat is out of the bag, and I can tell you guys over and over how much I love freestyle. It's honestly so much easier. It's so much easier. And I'm still counting and tracking. If you don't want to count and track your 0 points foods, you don't have to. But I'm finding it so much easier to just schedule my day, plan my splurges even. It's so much easier to eat out at a restaurant. Before, when I ate at a restaurant, I would be eating 0 points fruits and vegetables for the day and then eat my higher points restaurant meal. Now I can eat real food during the day and then still eat comfortably at the restaurant and stay on point. Not only that, there are a lot of these 0 points foods that you can find at restaurants, so it's super easy. And you know what? I love these foods. I thought I would be getting tired of chicken breast, but I'm not, and I cannot stop craving eggs, real whole eggs. I want as many poached eggs as I can have. So, I mean, there's a lot of really good food. Salmon, tuna. My poke bowls are 0 except for the rice if I choose to have rice. So I'm really craving a lot of these delicious foods. And this new program has really pushed me towards making better choices. So not only am I able to stay on point with Weight Watchers Freestyle, but when I was double tracking and making these better food choices, I actually came in under my 30 points on the old Smart Points program. So better choices, you guys, and I'm still as satisfied as ever. Protein is so amazing for keeping you satiated and full and happy and feeling good. It's great for your muscle tone, for your energy level. So I'm just in love with the new Freestyle program, and the reduction in points, I think it's fair. It's actually a 20% reduction in your daily points, and that's just to accommodate for all of the 0 points foods that you'll probably be eating. So it absolutely works out. And I'm actually proof that if you work the program, it will work, because in the first few weeks of inception, actually there were a couple weeks throughout the program that I was not really working the plan the way I should, and I gained. But now that I'm working the plan and working it very diligently, I'm losing. So, you know, I can see both sides of the coin. I also think that as far as the free foods go, I just do want to mention you're going to want to stick with the foods that work for you, because they all work for me, but those beans. So I love it. So I was kind of waiting, Enza, to answer your question, but now you know. And also, for those of you who haven't seen my video that I put out a couple days ago, my experiences on Weight Watchers Freestyle, go watch that video as well if you want more information. I was lucky enough to be able to test the program about 2 months before the official launch. So I feel like I have a pretty good handle on Weight Watchers Freestyle, what we can eat, what we can't, the rollover points. It's awesome. So go watch that video, and if you have any more questions, feel free to ask me below. All right, next question. Megan Milsaps says, I am a sweet-aholic during the holidays. All my favorites are holiday specials. How to combat? Help. Okay, Megan, first of all, I feel like this is an easy challenge, because nowadays there are so many alternative recipes for your old favorites that are lower in points. There are so many recipes. Yes, not all of them are good, and some of the lower fats versions are not going to taste as good as your favorites, but you know what? I feel like I've totally grown accustomed to eating lower fat food in general, so it absolutely tastes delicious to me. And not only that, I don't have low-fat brownies or low-fat cake or low-fat pie, or I don't have any of these low-fat or low-sugar options very often, so then when I do have them, they taste as great as the original to me. So my number one tip for you would be to remember, you can have it all, just not all at once. So maybe write down maybe 5 to 7 of your absolute favorites that you must have for Christmas to make it feel like Christmas. Write down 5 to 7 of your favorite must-haves. Then take a look at your list and maybe see which of these options are not too points heavy. Save the ones that are not too points heavy and have the real thing. The ones that are super high in points, like pecan pie or fudge, those are the ones you're gonna wanna find different recipes for and make them over a little bit. You may have to try a few different recipes to get your favorites. So don't eat them all when you try these different recipes. Get your family on board, get your friends on board, make a recipe, taste it, and then share with everyone else. I think you'll be able to find a lot of great recipes that will fit the bill, that will be as delicious but way lower in points. So, and then maybe save just 1 or 2 if it's your aunt's pecan pie or your grandma's bread pudding that you have to have and there's no substitute for. Save 1 or 2 to just have the original, but just make sure to figure it into your points budget. Either use your weeklies or take a splurge day on Christmas Day. Just don't do it the whole month. So I think that's a really doable plan. Look for lower points recipes. If you get stuck, let me know some of your favorites down below and I can help you do some searching. So, all right, question number 4, last question of the day. Okay, this comes from Sue W. Okay, this is a bit lengthy and the wind is blowing, so bear with me for a minute. Okay, Sue says, sorry, the wind. Okay, Sue says, I met my goal, did maintenance, and got lifetime a week ago. Congratulations, Sue. That is just such a huge accomplishment. I have been with you, I don't know, months. You've been keeping me posted on your weight loss success, and I just could not be happier for you for actually finding lifetime, hitting lifetime. It's awesome. Great work. It's a lot of work. So she got lifetime a week ago. This was probably a few weeks ago now. She said, during maintenance, I dropped an additional 4 pounds, which was fine. Ironically, I've never eaten over 30 points, but the weight loss now has not only stopped, but I have gained 3 pounds. Everything is the same. Everything is the same, including exercise. I honestly think it's a mind thing. I had 0 problems losing. I've done it before, but something changed in my mind when I got lifetime, and I almost feel as though I can't keep the weight off. Probably because I've gained it back before. I really don't want to continue gaining, and most importantly, I don't know why I am. I completely understand what you're talking about with feeling the spatial thing. Oh, that was in relation to a different video. So Sue, number 1, it's been probably a couple weeks since you asked your question, so I just want to check in with you and see if you're still gaining. Number 2, I feel very, very confident that the new Weight Watchers Freestyle program might help you shake things up and kind of get things back into perspective. My number 1 gut reaction here is that yes, it's a mind thing. You did absolutely fine with losing. You were dead on with your points, your exercise, everything. You knew in your mind you were losing weight. You were in weight loss mode. Now you're not. So now what, right? So I totally think it's a mind thing. You're doing all of the same things. Here's my answer to you. And again, I have to refer back to Fat Dag because he's the Weight Watchers master, apparently. A lot of us fall into complacency. I never even thought of this term in relation to Weight Watchers before I listened to Fat Dag. I believe if you listen to Fat Dag podcast, go to episode 72, which deals specifically with complacency. Complacency is where we loosen our standards a little bit, we get a little too comfortable where we are, and we just start to be less strict or maybe less realistic with ourselves. So you may think you're doing everything the same. Are you still weighing and measuring? Are you still really watching the portion sizes on your 0 points foods? Are you still tracking the exercise, or are you just kind of winging it? All I can say is maybe really narrow down and fine tune the things that you're doing. You say you're doing everything exactly as before. Perhaps you can go back to a menu from your weight loss phase and really try to duplicate that menu for a week down to the portion size. And there's where you're gonna wanna be really careful. If you can weigh and measure exactly as you were before, try to duplicate that menu and see if that helps you. I think it could be invaluable to maybe go back and take a look at some weeks early in your weight loss phase and then later in the weight loss phase, compare those menus and maybe play around with some of the same foods. Maybe you're having the same points, but the food quality is different. For example, wine points versus protein points, completely different, still within a set points range, but the nutrition is absolutely different. So maybe your nutrition has changed a little bit, and that might be something to look at as well. So also take a look at your lifetime or your maintenance points, because I know that the difference between weight loss mode and maintenance mode is 6 points. However, not everyone can have those same points. Like maintenance from me might be, we'll say on the old program. The old program was 30 points was where I was for weight loss, and 36 is where I would be for weight maintenance. So perhaps you could do 36 points a day and maintain, but I can only do 32 a day and maintain. You see what I mean? So adding points back in is also a little tricky for maintenance. So you're gonna wanna find that range that works for you. Your body is individual, so maybe you work out less than I do and you can't handle as many points as I do, or maybe you have a fast metabolism and you can burn more points than I do. So it's really variable. But what I would say at this point is, number one, give freestyle a chance for a week or two and see how that helps either your loss or your maintenance. I really think that freestyle could really help shake things up for a lot of people and solve a lot of problems. So my number one suggestion would be to try freestyle for 2 full weeks, see how it works, and see if you're still gaining. Number two, then take a really close look at portion sizes, weighing and measuring, and yes, if you're still gaining, I would suggest possibly looking at tracking your 0 points foods, especially with all of these new 0 points foods. So those are my suggestions to you. Please touch base with me and let me know how you're doing, because I haven't talked to you for a couple weeks. I'm behind on comments, and maybe you haven't commented since then, but I'd like to see if you're still gaining or if you've started freestyle and how that's working for you. So communicate with me down below, and let's figure it out, because I'm sure there are a lot of other people who might be in the same exact situation. I totally think it's a mind thing, because once we get too comfortable, okay, I hit goal, now what? Lifetime. Okay, I hit lifetime, now what? Yeah, now what, right? Maintenance is not that easy. It still requires a lot of thought, a lot of tracking, a lot of awareness. So thank you so much for sharing that question. I think it could really benefit a lot of other people. So that's all I have for you today, guys. Thanks so much for watching another episode of WWWWJD. And I will see you guys hopefully next Tuesday. I'm kind of aiming for Tuesday and Thursday, but life is getting in the way a little bit with this whole, Christmas thing. Go figure. Anyway, thanks for watching. Have a great day. And you know what, guys? I forgot to mention, if you have any questions for me, post them down below and we will get them answered in an upcoming episode of WWWWJD. Bye.